Welcome back to Chat English, where we teach you how to actually reply in real life. Today, we are going to cure the most toxic habit in English communication, the I will reply later trap. Imagine it is Friday at 5 p.m. Your coworker texts, "Are we still on for Monday?" You do not have the answer yet. You worry about your grammar, so you lock your phone and leave them on red all weekend out of pure panic.
I used to do exactly this. I wanted my reply to be perfectly polite, but my perfectionism just made me look rude because I ghosted them.
By the end of this episode, you will have 3 placeholder phrases to send in exactly 3 seconds, so you never break a chat chain again. Dave, let me ask you a question. Do you remember last month when you got that long text message from your new language exchange partner, Marco?
Oh no, please do not bring up Marco. That is a very painful memory for me.
Why is it painful? You were so excited to practice with him. You guys had a great first phone call, and then he sent you a very nice, long message asking about your weekend plans.
I know. I was very excited when I saw his name on my screen. I felt this fire inside me. I wanted to write the most beautiful, perfect English paragraph to show him how much I was studying. I wanted to use the past perfect continuous tense. I wanted to use advanced vocabulary.
Exactly. You had that strong feeling. You felt fire. That feeling is motivation. Motivation is like a firework. It is very bright, it is very beautiful, but it goes away very fast.
That is so true, because here's what happened. I started typing. I wrote one sentence, but I wasn't sure if the preposition was correct, so I deleted it. Then I checked a dictionary app, then I typed another sentence, but it sounded too formal. I spent 20 minutes staring at my screen, typing and deleting.
20 minutes for one text message?
Yes, and after 20 minutes, my brain was exhausted. I was so tired from working all day, and now this text message felt like a university exam. So I said to myself, I'm too tired right now. I will reply tomorrow morning when I have more energy.
And did you reply the next morning?
No. The next morning, I was busy making breakfast and getting ready for work. Then it was the afternoon, then 2 days passed, and every time I looked at his message, the guilt grew bigger. It felt too awkward to reply after 3 days, so I just never replied at all. The message is still sitting in my phone, gathering digital dust.
Gathering digital dust. I love that phrase, even though the situation is sad. This is what we call the motivation trap. You waited for the perfect motivation, and because of that, you left Marco on red.
Left on red. What exactly does that mean? I see people use that phrase online a lot.
It's a very common conversational phrase. When you leave someone on red, it means you opened their message, the app showed them the little blue ticks or the word read, but you did not type anything back. You looked at it and walked away.
Yes, that is exactly what I did. I left Marco on red, and I feel terrible about it. I lost a good speaking partner because I wanted my grammar to be flawless.
This is a very important lesson, everyone. Listen carefully to this. Perfection is the enemy of connection.
Wow, say that again?
Perfection is the enemy of connection. If you try to write the perfect message every time, you will exhaust yourself and you will stop talking to people. Real friendship, real connection survives on consistency, not perfection.
Okay, but how can I be consistent if I don't have the energy to write a long message in English? Sometimes my brain is just empty.
Consistency is not about writing a long, perfect essay. Consistency is a small, simple action. It's doing something tiny every single day, even when you are tired. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you need a burst of motivation and fire to brush your teeth at night?
No, definitely not. I'm usually half asleep when I brush my teeth. I don't stand in the bathroom and say, yes, I'm so excited to clean my teeth right now. I just do it. It's automatic.
Exactly. It's automatic because the task is incredibly small. You don't overthink it. Texting in English needs to become exactly like brushing your teeth. And the way we do that is by using our first rule. Rule number 1 is use a placeholder.
A placeholder. That's an interesting word. What is a placeholder?
Think about going to a busy coffee shop with a friend. You find an empty table, but you both need to go order your drinks. What do you do?
I usually leave my jacket on the chair, or maybe I leave my umbrella on the table.
Right. You put something small on the chair to tell everyone else, this seat is taken. I'm coming right back. That jacket is a placeholder. It holds your place. We need to do the exact same thing with our text messages. You nailed it! If you chose option B at home, excellent job. You are already thinking like a native speaker. Now that we have our placeholder phrases, we need to talk about when to actually use them. This brings us to rule number 2.
I am ready for rule number 2. Bring it on.
Rule number 2 is the 2-minute chat rule. This rule is designed to stop you from breaking the chain of communication.
Breaking the chain? What do you mean by that?
Imagine every time you text a friend, you are adding a strong metal link to a chain. A message goes out, a link is added. A message comes back, another link is added. The chain connects the two of you. But when you look at a message, lock your phone and say, I will reply tomorrow, you just broke the chain. The connection drops.
That is a very powerful image. I definitely broke the chain with Marco. I smashed the chain with a hammer.
We are going to fix that. The 2-minute chat rule is very simple. When you look at an English text message, ask yourself one question. Can I reply to this in under 2 minutes using simple words I already know? If the answer is yes, you must reply immediately. Do not put the phone in your pocket. Do not say you will do it later.
So if a coworker asks a simple question like, what time is the meeting tomorrow? And I know it is at 10 a.m., I should just type 10 a.m. right then and there.
Exactly. Do not wait until you have time to craft a perfect sentence like, the meeting is scheduled to commence at 10 o'clock in the morning. Just type 10 a.m. See you there. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now.
But what if the message is complicated? What if a friend asks me for my advice on a big problem they're having and I need 10 or 15 minutes to really think about my English vocabulary so I can give them a good answer?
If it takes more than 2 minutes, that's exactly when you use your placeholder from rule number 1. You type, well, let me get back to you on that. You send it immediately, you keep the chain intact, and then you put your phone away and think about your long answer.
This system is brilliant. It completely removes the panic. I either answer in 2 minutes or I send a 3-second placeholder. There is no middle ground where I stare at the screen feeling anxious.
Exactly. We want to remove the anxiety. If you are finding this system helpful and you want to keep building these small, powerful habits with us, please take 1 second to click the subscribe button. We share rules exactly like this every single week to help you sound natural without the stress.
Yes, join our community. We are all learning together. But Jessica, I have a confession. I love this 2-minute rule and I love the placeholders, but I'm still worried about making a mistake. What if I reply in 2 minutes, but I use the wrong verb tense, or I forget an S on the end of a word?
Dave, this is the most important sentence of today's entire episode. I want everyone listening to write this down in their minds. A short text today beats a perfect paragraph next week.
A short text today beats a perfect paragraph next week. I feel like I need to print that out and put it on my wall.
It is the absolute truth of human relationships. Your friends, your coworkers, your language partners, they do not care about your grammar as much as you do. They care about your presence. They just want to know you're there. They want the connection.
That is so true. Marco did not care if I used the past perfect continuous tense. He just wanted to know if I had a good weekend. My silence probably made him feel like I did not care about him at all, which is the exact opposite of how I actually felt.
Exactly. Your desire to be a perfect English student ruined your chance to be a good friend. A short text today with a grammar mistake is 100 times better than a perfect paragraph that arrives 7 days late.
Okay, but this brings me to a very serious problem. We are talking about all these great rules for the future, but what about the past? What about the people I have already failed?
What do you mean by failed?
I mean, what if I already broke the chain? I ghosted Marco. 2 weeks have passed. I can't use a placeholder now. It's too late. How do I fix a broken chain without sounding crazy?
This is a fantastic question, and it happens to every single English learner. Life gets busy, we get tired, we leave someone on red, and then we ghost them. Ghosting, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, is when you disappear completely, like a ghost. No texts, no calls, just silence.
Yes, I'm a digital ghost, and honestly, the shame is paralyzing. I feel so guilty that I avoid opening the app altogether because I don't want to see his name. Do I need to write a massive apology? Should I explain that I was working late and then my car broke down and then I felt bad about my English?
No, 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 please do not do that. This is a crucial lesson in text message culture. Never over apologize for a late text.
Really? But I feel like I owe him an apology. I was rude.
You were a little rude, but writing a huge emotional apology actually makes the situation worse. It makes the other person feel incredibly awkward. They read this massive apology and they think, whoa, it was just a casual text message. Why is this person treating it like a tragedy? It makes the conversation heavy.
That makes total sense. If Marco sent me a 5-paragraph apology for replying late, I would not know what to say. I would feel weird.
Exactly. We are all a little lazy sometimes. We all get overwhelmed by our phones. It is human. You have to forgive yourself for breaking the chain. Missing one reply does not make you a bad person. So instead of a heavy apology, we use the no sorry restart.
The no sorry restart. I am listening. Tell me what to type.
You want to acknowledge the time that passed, but you want to keep the energy very light and casual. My favorite phrase for this is, hey, catching up on messages now.
Hey, catching up on messages now. I like that. It explains why I am replying late, but it does not sound like I'm begging for forgiveness.
Exactly. It paints a picture. It tells the other person, oh, Dave has been very busy with life, and today he's sitting down with a coffee to finally answer his friends. It is a completely normal adult activity.
Catching up on messages now. And what do I say after that? Do I finally answer his question from 2 weeks ago?
You can, but often it is better to just pivot to the present. You say, hey, catching up on messages now. How is your week going? You restart the chain from today. You do not force them to remember what they asked you 2 weeks ago.
This is incredibly freeing. I've been carrying this guilt for 14 days, and all I needed was one casual sentence to fix it. Catching up on messages now. I am genuinely going to send that to Marco as soon as we finish recording.
I am so glad, Dave, and I want everyone listening to experience this exact same relief. We are going to do a quick practice exercise right now together. Do not wait for motivation to come later. We are going to take action right this second.
I love this. What are we doing?
I want you to pause this video, take your phone out of your pocket, open your Messages app, find one person that you have left on red. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a language partner. Find that unread message right now.
I am looking at my phone too. I see Marco right at the bottom of my list.
Now look at that message and use one of the tools we learned today. If they just texted you today, send a placeholder. Type, let me get back to you on that. If you ghosted them a week ago, use the restart. Type, catching up on messages now. Take 10 seconds and send the text. Do not overthink the grammar, just hit send.
Send the text, break the silence, reconnect the chain. It feels scary for 1 second, but then you feel so much lighter.
Exactly. You are choosing consistency over perfection. You are choosing to be a good friend instead of a perfect English student.
This has been a deeply therapeutic conversation for me, Jessica. I feel like a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm not a bad person. I just lacked the right vocabulary to buy myself some time.
We all need these little conversational tools. They are the safety nets that catch us when our motivation drops.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. I feel very motivated to be consistent with my messages from now on. No more ghosting for me.
Me too, Dave. Thank you so much for listening to our conversation today, everyone. We really hope this helps you handle your English texting with a little more confidence and a lot less anxiety. Please share this video with a friend who always leaves you on red. It might just change their habits.
And we have a question for you. Tell us in the comments below. Look at your last unread message right now. Which placeholder phrase are you going to send them today? Are you going to use "let me get back to you" on it, or "I'll check and let you know"? Type your answer in the comments so it locks into your memory.
We absolutely love reading your comments and seeing how you apply these phrases to your real life. Thank you again, everyone. You are awesome. See you in the next episode, and remember, a short text today beats a perfect paragraph next week.
Goodbye, friends. Don't break the chain.